All right, hello and welcome everybody on this training tonight, Utopian Global, the ultimate social media mastery, and we are streaming live as well here on the different channels. How to achieve financial freedom in network marketing, our part 3, which is our Connect. Now, Connect is really, this is when it's getting really great, because now you are actually able to connect with humans, you are able to connect with your folks, you are able to connect with people you would like to be in business and build business with. You choose, and this is the great beauty about our business. We choose, we select, we connect with the people we want to be together building this business. So we know we have gone already through the phases in online recruiting, mastery of attract, of engage, and if you have not listened to them, then I really urge you to go to attract, engage before you're gonna listen to this phase, which is Connect. And we're gonna, of course, then talk next week about the phase 4, which is obviously then the close. So let's get into the nuts and bolts here in your phase 3, Connect, turning strangers into friends. This is really what it is all about, because let's face it, when we start building, as I'm teaching here in this series online, and building through Facebook groups, well, all these people in these groups, they're strangers to us. And we, through, of course, what we learn in these strategies here, are able to turn those strangers into friends. That is the whole purpose about that. And I can tell you what, if you want to be really good, if you want to be ridiculously good at network marketing, and especially, of course, here with Utopian Global, if you want to be really good in recruitment, in leadership, you got to be just super great in relationship business. You got to be ridiculously good at relationship building. I mean, this is the key. This is everything. It's the relationship we build. So you got to become, the most outstanding, best communicator. Now, when I started my business many years ago, I was not a good communicator. I wasn't a good listener either. But I had to learn. I would literally listen to, hours and hours and hours of audios to really understand the whole deal on that, being this great communicator, being that great listener. How do I listen? How do I ask the right questions? What do I say? So I did that. I really learned a big deal. I read a ton of books, because this is eventually what builds you up into a great leader. And the great thing is that no matter where you come from, no matter if you, like me, an introvert who have quite a difficulty to just go up and walk up to a stranger and say hello, and interact. I have to force myself to do that. But the great thing is I could learn. The great thing is I could learn to become a great communicator. I could learn to become a great listener. I could learn how to become great in asking questions, and obviously going through all those 4 phases. So if I could learn it, I always say it, well, anybody really can. And this is the beauty about that. No matter where you are starting at this point, you can get ridiculously good, even if you are really an extreme introvert like myself. So, and for that, of course, I always talk about how important it is that people will do business with people they like. They do business with people they do like. And so your job is, of course, in our different phases here in the social media mastery is, so once you have gone into those Facebook groups, once you have added those Facebook groups, you have gone into them, you start to liking, you start to engaging in the post. You want to move the conversation to the direct message, DM. So you want to add the people you are interacting, you commented, you liked, or they commented on your post, and you want to add them as a friend, and then you want to send them a direct message. Now understand, the two biggest keys for liking is people, of course, who are giving a compliment, and people who are similar. So people love it when we do compliment. I mean, they just like it. I mean, just go out, go to the street, go to Starbucks, go anywhere, and just put a smile on and say something nice. Say, hey, I'm doing that so often when I'm out, of course, but the same, you can do that online. So I'm so often thinking, hey, really like your trousers. Oh, I like your shoes. Oh, nice jacket. A nice hairstyle, whatever. Oh, beautiful kids. Oh, they're so sweet. I mean, there's so many ways how you can like people. Oh, you're so friendly. I mean, you are outstanding. Oh, wow, this coffee you made is so cool. So good. I mean, whatever. You can easily make it a habit of liking people. In fact, I made it a habit of liking people. I always compliment people. I always do. Anywhere I go, I would find a way how to compliment them. So once you get in the habit of it, well, what's happening? Well, people start to like you. Because why? Well, because if you give a compliment, people usually like that very much. And then, of course, another one is, of course, finding similarities. People who are similar, and people like people who are similar. And this is why, so when you travel somewhere, and I have spoken about this in quite a few training sessions already. So let's say you travel somewhere. Why is it, let's say I'm from Germany and I travel, doesn't matter which country, let's say I go to Spain, and why is it that Germans hang out with Germans? Why is that? Because most likely because of the same area they're from, the same country, the same language they speak. So, and they're in a foreign country now, usually they have commonalities, and so similarities, and that's why it's easier that they get along. So this is really interesting. Now you can find similarities in, look, when you of course connect with these people and you see on their Facebook posts what they have 2 kids and you have 2 kids. Well, you see, you have 2 kids, they have 2 kids, so you are similar. Let's say you are doing homeschooling of your kids. Well, and let's say you see it as well, they're doing homeschooling. Well, you have a similarity. So you got to find similarities. People like people who have similar things, who have things in common, who think similar, who do things similar. And so it's way easier that you can connect with those people. So when you compliment someone, and really it is like they almost can't help themselves that really to like you. And we like people who like us. And when you compliment someone in a really sincere way, you really mean it. I mean, they can feel that, first of all, and you're essentially telling them that you like them, and that of course works like a compliment, and it works like magic in you. Then being able, you can do that online, you then being able to ask, to pop the question, as we say. So really key here in our connecting phase. So let's talk about our CASH method here. And the CASH method, of course, the acronym stands for compliment, asking the question, finding similarities, and help them and offer an opportunity. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, we want to build our business. We want to connect as fast as possible with as many people as possible. So we want to compliment, we want to ask the question, or a question or few questions, and we want to find those similarities. And then we want to help them and offer an opportunity. That means then pop the question that they have a look at what we are doing. So let's look at the phases more into depth here. So one is, of course, to see, you give them a compliment, just as I said. Yeah, and this could be very, very simple, and I'm going to demonstrate you some examples. So let's say you're in a Facebook group, I'm in a few, and as I have told you in my prior sessions in this training, I love to go into groups which personal growth, personal development, spirituality, business hacks, business growth, whatever, wealth, all these kind of groups. I love them. Why? But because usually you tend to find people who want to have growth in their life, who want to move forward in their life, who want to find or have a better life or build a better life. So usually you tend to find people who are more open. So what do? I give them a compliment. And then I do one thing, I ask them a question. I'm interested in them because, let's face it, people's favorite subject is what? It's themselves. So ask them questions about themselves. Hey, I just love your post. I see you travel to beautiful places. So if I see that, of course, in their post. And then I could ask, well, where are you from? You know, where are you currently living? What type of business you are in? What are you doing? So you just ask a question and you start an engagement with people. So you look for similarities because people like other people who are similar to them. So I'm going to show you just something very quickly on my Facebook. So I'm going to stop the share and then I'm going to go again, screen share into actually my Facebook so that you actually see what some of the things I am actually doing. All right. So let's go here. I'm actually going back to something here today. So, okay, let me just go back a little bit further to something from today. Here it is. All right, so there was no here. Okay, this one I was gonna look for. So I'm, for example, in this group, and I showed you in my trainings in this series that how to add, of course, the different groups. And actually in one of those trainings, I just added this group. This is a very new group for me. I'm just in it very, very recently, just a few days, really, not much more. And so what are people doing there? You see, it's a growth mindset group, first and foremost, right? So I've left different people in there, and it's all about growth mindset. So people posting different things in there. So here's this guy, he posted, hey champs, what are your thoughts of the people preaching about getting rich fast opportunities? Mine is simple, none of them are rich. All right, so you see all the different people commenting, and you can just start commenting. You look, I actually did one thing here, I commented. And what did I comment? Very simple. Many years ago, while working with and for Bob Proctor as a sales coordinator, we always recommended the book U Square by Bryce Pritchett about quantum leaps. I've personally experienced that in my career. When days came, that was the result of many years prior hard effort. So yes, quantum leaps definitely work. In fact, thinking back at my first experience, money came in so fast, it was crazy. When you're wondering where it was hiding all the time. When it comes to money, fast, let's say MLM building, either you work your butt off or you create fast application, right time, right markets, or fast come, fast go. This could be a long discussion, folks. Just all what I did. And I have, was just this afternoon, I have two people who liked it. Robert Fraziers and Katina so-and-so. And look, and even Katina said here, Claudia, thanks, onto you two right now, U Square, I mean, can you inbox? And what did I say? Sure, I can. Now another one, Robert says, Claudia, love the story, open for long discussions. Let's inbox. So what I do, I take them, of course, inbox, I added them as a friend. So I added actually Katina as a friend, and you will see the conversation here. Okay, so you see Katina, and look, very simple conversation. And again, understand, not everybody you will turn into a prospect. It didn't happen this way, not yet at least. So Katina, I added her. I said, hey Katina, nice to meet you. You asked me to inbox you regarding U-Square. It's really a great book. So what do you do? I ask a question. And Katina says, yes, how do I get the book? It is a soft copy. Aha, I do MLM currently with Herbalife. Oh, okay, great. Well, and she's saying, I have invested so much in myself and won't be doing get rich quicking at all. My investment is right up here. Up there, it's just that result that is not there. So she hasn't yet experienced the result, but she's into Herbalife. Now, me, I'm a great leader. I will not cross-recruit her. I will not get her out of Herbalife. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. She is in a network marketing company. She's in a great network marketing company. Sure, I'm gonna show you the conversation further, but I'm not here to take her away from a business that she is building. Okay, that's not my job. What my job is to empower her, to encourage her to build great relationships, because things are like that. You just never know when she's going to go out of Herbalife, when she's looking for another opportunity. And you know what? Or guess what? I'm sure she will remember me. Why? Well, because the way I treated her, the way I did not put blame on Herbalife. Oh, what are you doing there? Oh, this is an old company. Oh, nobody's making money in that anymore. I didn't do that. And this is what most amateur would do. That is what most of those, quick rich scheme, fake unprofessionals are doing. I'm not doing that. We are professionals. We got to become professionals. We got to learn our profession. This is a profession. If we want people to treat us well, if we want to be respected, if we want to put really a great name to our business, okay, then we got to treat it as a profession. So let's go further here that you see my conversation. I said, well done, you investing in yourself. Yes, you get it, for example, on Amazon. Check it out. So I just popped in the link in Amazon. Now, I have no affiliation with Amazon. No, I don't want to take any commissions off that. I just searched it for her where she could get it. And then I said, they have it also as PDF. It's a really great book. Well done for Herbalife. Great, solid company. If you keep pushing hard, stay focused, it will eventually result. I encourage her. Okay, so what else did she say? Well, thank you. I feel I'm almost there, which is really great. I just entered one of the girls I coached into a challenge. She is in the top 20 out of the 1,200 people. Fantastic. So she's telling me a little bit about her experience, what she's doing currently with Herbalife. And what I'm doing is, look, I'm full-time MLM, but very different what we do. So I just share a little bit what I do. Why not? We only deal with real income producing assets, gold, silver, and what has to do with wealth creation. And then I just said, yeah, that's great to hear. These challenges work. They do work. So the challenge, of course, me referring to the challenge she is doing with Herbalife. And there you go. She comes back. That's beautiful. I believe it's really about focus and dedication. Yeah. And then I ask you, do you use the ATM strategy? And she says here, being with so many other companies in MLM. Well, many people have, I say. I have not. I always stayed consistent. The problem is that you go from one to the other, always thinking the grass is greener at the other side, when this is actually not the case. And she says, yeah, of course, MLM hoppers. I feel it's okay to keep moving until you find your breakthrough. Absolutely. No need to stay. A good work effort equals pace. Absolutely. This is, I again encourage her. Herbalife is a solid company. Products work. Are there better products out there? Sure, that's fine. If your focus is, so I say, yeah, sure, there might be other products out there, but it doesn't matter. If you just really get real clear that your job is to putting it out daily to at least 3 people each and every day, you will succeed. Again, I'm encouraging her. And she says, being consistent, like you're saying, I said, yes, That is the good work effort. Focus on helping others. And look at what she says here. Thank you. I'm into making it work. I'm realizing staying close to people who are really focused like you and others on the group works. Absolutely. You see, she doesn't see me as, somebody who wants to take her off the path, or somebody who wants to push me with my deal. So she feels safe around me. Why? Because I'm actually being positive. I'm encouraging her. I don't give her the impression that I want to cross-recruit her. And she said, wow. And I said, yes, I only made it to the top of the company being the number one by total focus, being consistent. So I'm talking about my result. Here, making plenty mistakes, but picking myself up, inspiring others, and working hard as anybody else. So again, I encourage you, so you go, girl, you push it and drop me from time to time. You see what I'm doing here? And drop me from time to time a message, how you going. Love to hear these stories from struggle to success, or those from struggle to success stories. You see what I'm doing? I want to stay connected with her. I want to really follow her path. I want to see how she is doing, because as I do know that there's always changes in life. And I don't know if she may one day is going to look into my opportunity. I don't know if one day she's going to refer some clients to my opportunity. I don't know that. But if I would have been, like this, most of those other unprofessionals, then so what? I would actually cut myself out of these chances. So she may not be right now the person to look at my opportunity. That's fine. I made a friend. And look at what she's saying here. Perfect. Thanks, hey. You made my day. So I made her day. I encouraged her. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to check out the ATM. Just look at it now. ATM, ad tech, message strategy, building it online, 100%. So that's it. It's very simple, really, really easy. And look, none offenses. And I can tell you what, she is following me. And we, of course, will stay connected. Now, again, see, this was, how much time did it take? It didn't take a long time, but I made a friend. I actually made an impact, it seems like, on this person. So how many of those discussions, how many of those things can you do on a daily basis? I mean, just so many. In this 1 power hour, I mean, you can have easy 10, 20 conversations in 15 minutes. And look, this is just on one post. In these groups, there's plenty of posts, plenty of people engaging, plenty of comments, which of course we can give, and even our own posts we can put there. So very, very simple, as you see, and I'm going to share my screen again because I'm going to go further in my presentation here. But a very simple method. And again, understand, not everybody will, of course, look at your opportunity. That's fine. It is okay. I just know, going through the numbers, there will be people. So you look for similarities because people like other people who are similar to them. Very, very simple. Because they will be thinking, oh, they are a lot like me. And when they think they're a lot like me, they want to make business with you. That's just the way it is. And so let's look at the number, of course, or the H, of course, which is number 4. Once, of course, we pique their interest. So once we engage, we then go ahead, help them and offer an opportunity. See, understand that if you want to make it big, okay? If you want to make big in this career, the way that you will make it big is simply by helping people. You got to help people. And, you may have a lot of people that are going to reject you. A lot. You will have people who are going to hate on you. You see, our job, you got to make this really, really clear. Our job is to offer an opportunity. It's not convincing anyone. It's not hard closing anyone. It's simply offering an opportunity. And if people have an issue with offering an opportunity, that's their issue. That's not my issue. That's their issue. So you move on, all right? Don't stop because of that helping people. Don't stop being a leader. Don't stop being a coach. Don't really stop, right? So people will, and this is human nature, people will get offended just about everything. I had today somebody saying to me, you know, because I posted a picture there about lifestyle, I'm lazy and I'm not impressing him with those pictures about lifestyle. So I have that. So what? That's okay. I don't, you know, take it personally. That's okay. Didn't like the message. People get offended. I mean, just look at what's going on right now in politics. I mean, just do that. And I remember when I, you know, basically so many years ago, when I worked in my second job, and when I met, of course, President Putin, I put the picture up because, you know, it was impressive. And people were start to hate me. Hey, I didn't say that I like his politics, agree with his politics, like him, whatever. I just like, wow, I mean, it was impressive. It was an amazing experience. That's all I did. So now imagine what's going on in America with all this stuff there, and how many people are actually unfriending people or saying, well, I lost total respect for you, or well, because let's say you like something that opponent or whatever, or this candidate is, I mean, or you don't like it, or I mean, whatever. It's just crazy how people are getting offended. They're getting offended about religion. You know, they're gonna go and argue, get offended literally about everything. And if they get offended about you offering an opportunity, move on. That's them getting offended, okay? Move on. Let go. Let go of it. Don't take it personally. Understand there is somebody out there, for sure, that is waiting for an opportunity like this to come along. So, of course, and I always say, hopefully you know that you have an amazing product and service that can change people's life. I hope that you know that you have that with Utopian Global. I mean, I know that I have that with Utopian Global, but I hope that you believe that as well. Okay, so, and the only way that you will ever change lives, sorry, I have a spelling mistake I just see there, not lies, but lives actually. Okay, just share my screen, stop lives. You see, sometimes you make mistakes, but that's just the way it is. So I share my screen again. There you go, shared screen again with the corrected spelling. So, and the only way, of course, that you ever gonna change, of course, lives is if you offer the opportunity to a lot of people. You gotta offer it to a lot of people. Don't come here and think you're gonna offer it to 2 or 3 people and they will say no. No, understand, belly to belly, the ratio is higher than online. Online, because you, of course, meet a stranger, you make a friend. So it's a little bit, it's very similar, almost the same. You can't physically, of course, touch them, but I mean, it's just the closure ratio is a little bit lower than it was belly to belly, because you can't, like, let's say the emotions are not coming through as, of course, it is talking to a person. And so you're going to get rejected a lot. You're going to get offended by some people, maybe even by more people, maybe by a lot of people. You're going to have to be okay with that. Okay. And as I learned from one of the leaders out there in network marketing, say, and you have to have purposeful amnesia, meaning you got to forget about the rejection. You got to forget about it. You have to let go about that. So have purposeful amnesia, meaning really forget about that rejection. You forget about them being offended. You forget their name. You unfriend them. Whatever you do, do it. And just move on and forget that it actually happened. And move on to the next as fast as you can do. Because why? Well, let's say you end your prospecting day with a negative experience. Well, what's going to happen? The next day, you will still probably, if you haven't let go, ponder on this memory, and maybe you will be a little bit more hesitant. Maybe you're thinking, So always go for the next. I always have learned as fast as possible, and this is the same in setting up appointments, as fast as possible, or as many appointments as possible, you got to have in pipeline. Because again, if you had a bad experience or a bad appointment or a no-show, well, if you have another pipeline of appointments set up or communications, chat messages, things going on, then you are less likely to, of course, get into that mode of being, or this mood of being frustrated and, of course, having fear. And of course, people feel when you're having fear. So people feel that even though if you're just on the internet, people will feel that because you're not secure, you doubt yourself. And of course, from that, obviously, exactly, you will get that, because this is how our human mind works, our subconscious mind works like that. So if we think a negative thought, of course, what are we going to attract? Negative things. Very, very simple, clear. So let's go into the connecting phase. Let's say you see somebody, you like the post, you have engaged with them, you have chit-chatted back and forth, or maybe you just start chatting back and forth. You can basically simply even say you seem to be super ambitious, really, really like what you put out there. And you even can go ahead, look, I don't know if it would be a fit or not, but you know how most people are struggling right now with rising prices, etc. All this crazy stuff going on. Well, what I do is I actually help people earn money from home, so that they don't have to struggle anymore. If you're open, let's have a quick call. You could say, if you're open, let's have a Zoom, or if you're open, let's review a video. If you're open, let's, there's so many things, of course, which you can say there. But see, that's easy. It's not offensive. You had a quick chat, you did a compliment, you interchanged some things. Very simple. Now you can ask that question. And then you say, if not, hey, no big deal. No problem. I just thought I'd ask. So, people say, oh yeah, no, and hating on you. But most people, because you say, if not, no, not big deal, no problem, I just asked, people may not come back to you, or people will basically say, well, yeah, I'm interested, or yeah, what is it about, or yeah, or people will say, well, not right now, or well, is it MLM, or all those questions, of course, they're going to ask, but that's just okay. The thing is that putting it out to as many people as possible. Another one could be, hey, I just simply love your attitude. Again, you're giving a compliment. This is, of course, after you have engaged. And maybe, just in this wealth group, for example, or in this many wealth groups where I am, everybody is there about learning about how to create wealth, or wealth mindset, or how to gain a wealthy mindset, right? And, simple, I could ask, if learning all about wealth creation is a passion of yours, as it seems like, I could say, well, what I do is I actually help people get access to income producing assets that usually are just reserved to the wealthy, so that you can build and grow your wealth. That wasn't hard. If you're open to learn more, let me know and I shoot you a quick video that explains everything. Very simple. If no, or if not, no big deal. But I just think you'd be a great fit. So you can simply pop that question after you have built this little bit of rapport back and forwards, of course, in the cash method. Very, very simple. Another one could be, you have a conversation with one of those people that says he has been laid off, lost job, had business challenges. You learned that from, of course, from this very short messages back and forward. Well, you could say, well, I hate to hear that you've been laid off, or well, I feel for you that you lost your job, or I hate to hear that you had business or that you're having business challenges. Look, if you're open to work from home, I'd love to see if you'd be a fit for my business. I'd love to see it for you. Let me know if you're interested. We can hop on a Zoom for 15 minutes. Very simple. If not, no worries at all. Very simple ways you're popping the question. The thing is, you are popping the question. And I might send them a thing and say, hey, you seem super ambitious. I don't know if it be a fit or not, but I help people learn to make money from home, you know? So I'm doing a Zoom presentation, my partner and I, or whoever, of course, in the company is presenting. My partner and I are doing a webinar tonight at 7 p.m. If you're free, I invite you and send you the link. If not, no big deal. Just wanted to reach out and help. I mean, very, very simple, popping the question. Again, the key is you piquing interest, because we are not sending a video link to our opportunity unless they said that they are actually interested. We're not doing that. We are not spammers, okay? Because if you are just spamming people, sending out links, you're going to get reported for spam. You're going to get blocked. Your account is going to get suspended. You'll be in Facebook jail, and you don't want that to happen. You see, people get in Facebook jail because of that. I've never been in Facebook jail, never. I'm doing connections with people every day since Facebook literally exists. That long I'm on Facebook. I've never been in Facebook jail, and I'm adding, you know, a lot of people on a daily basis. I also take people out on a daily basis. Why? Well, because, you know, if there's maybe no common interest anymore, I'm deleting constantly people. I'm putting constantly people fresh on my Facebook. Always. I'm always going through more people. That's just the way it is. Remember, you are building quick relationships. Again, it's quick relationship. You're not going to go back and forth 20 times. Okay? You're not doing that. So we are going to go back, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, maybe a little bit more, could be 6 or 7 times, okay? But if they're just super chatty and we are back and forth, it's not going to bring us anywhere. We have to be quick in piquing interest, because we don't want to waste a lot of time. Remember, we talk about the power hour. We talk about, of course, doing this business part-time. Now, if you're a full-timer in this business, that means you're probably having success. That means you're probably making some money. That means you probably have to train a lot of people, working with a lot of people. So you also don't have just time to waste. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to waste a lot of time. If we are in a recruit mode, we have to be doing this, let's say with 10, 20 people a day. We got to have those connections, which I just showed you before, with 10, 20 people a day. So we can't spend all the time just building rapport. We want to get the message quickly, okay? So what makes influencers successful? Again, and I said this in my, I believe, first training. 3 words: they show up. They do the things. They actually connect with people. They go in the groups. They connect 2, 3, 4 groups on a daily basis, and new groups, that is. They are engaging in these groups. They are posting in these groups, and they are doing the 10, 20 people they're adding on a daily basis, where they're popping in the questions or not, of course, if the situation is not the right one. So the most successful influencers, they are posting anywhere 1 to 2, 3, 4 times a day in, of course, these groups, and they are engaging, of course, quite a few times. So I have here put again what I just showed you live there, this question, or this group basically, which I was presenting there, the growth mindset groups. And very simple, I just added on this post this guy was doing here. Hey, Chance, what are your thoughts on the people preaching about quick rich opportunities? Mine is simple. All I did was that. And all I did is of course, making a comment, liking the post, making a comment. Actually, I did two. I didn't show you the other one, and that's it. And from there, of course, you saw the conversation. Actually, I did with Katina. So what did I do? I, of course, added her. She accepted my friendship, and straight away I sent a message. Very, very simple. So understand. Prosperity, your prosperity, which you will gain if you do it the right way, is the result of radical generosity. Generosity to what? To help people, to offer them a solution, to give them an opportunity, to give them an opportunity. And that is what we are doing. We are giving them a opportunity. So with that, that was our masterclass today, phase 3 on Connect, and I'm excited to go into the phase 4 in our next training, to go, of course, to the training session of